So we need to take the rear bench bottom and rear out for access both to the roll bar system back here if we want to access that system, and we have to take seat bench bottom and rear out plus the interior quarter panels for access to the two main lifts and bow tension cylinders. Taking the bench out is actually really easy if you know how. The bottom part is only clipped into place. You just grab it. Don't grab the windscreen under it, just grab under the seat bench, pull up hard and wiggle it out of here. That was the bench. Now for the seat back, there are a total of 5 bolts. We have two 13mm hex bolts hiding back here, hiding in plain sight. One here, one on the opposite side. Of course we've loosened those bolts already, otherwise I couldn't just turn them by hand. And there's a 10mm bolt on the bottom here under the subwoofer. We pull that out. Then we're down to 2 Phillips screws that are hiding behind the middle rear armrest. We pull the trim piece behind the armrest out, and the 2 Phillips screws will be right in here. Take those screws out. We've taken them out already, and at this point we only have to pull up fairly hard on the rear seat bench. The real pulling is hardest part of the pulling is back here in the middle. You see this guide pin, this pin that goes into a channel over here. That's where there's a bunch of friction, and you have to pull pretty hard. Then you maneuver the thing out of the way of the subwoofer on the bottom, and the rear bench is out. Ta-da! Here we have the interior quarter panel. I'm showing you the left side one, and I'm showing you the panel removed first because it makes it clearer how to remove it. It is not absolutely essential to take this panel out, but it's easy enough that it's actually worth it. Otherwise, once you pull the main lift cylinders, you might stretch the wiring harness too much and just get yourself into trouble. So this panel is fastened with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 tabs that you basically just pull on to get them out of position. You pull close to those tabs, but before you can do that, there's 2 screws to be removed. One is a plastic 10mm hex nut that is hiding back here right behind the seat belt, and the other one is a Phillips screw here through this escutcheon. The trickiest part is actually figuring out how this escutcheon is removed. Really, it has 2 tabs that expand by themselves. You want to push the flap down, get a pick in here, and turn the first tab towards the inside. While you have tension on that tab, you angle this up a little bit, then you put your pick in again and turn the other tab towards the inside, and this escutcheon comes out. Should make sense once you know how it's fastened. So escutcheon out, there's a Phillips screw down here. Take the Phillips screw out, 10mm out here, pull in sequence on these 5 tabs, and the whole panel comes out. You don't have to remove the seat belt if you don't want to. You can just kind of stretch it and pull the panel out of the way. Here we are on the driver's side. We're looking at the lower main lift cylinder. This was hiding behind the interior quarter panel. To prepare for taking the main lift cylinder and later the bow tension cylinder out, we want to cut one zip tie here, one zip tie